What is going on, YouTube, or wherever you listen to podcasts, and welcome back to the Binkz and Doodle Effect. This is episode number 30, and it is a special episode for you guys because it's opening day week for baseball. We're going to have 7 months of baseball. Can't wait. I am one of your hosts, Binkz. Joined with me, as always, DrewskiDoodle. How are you doing this week, Andrew?
It's a great week.
Are you ready for baseball, baby?
I have never been more ready.
This podcast is going to be pretty much all baseball. Like I said, big baseball special. Before we get into anything, though, I'm going to give a nice shout out to Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy is a premium energy and focus supplement designed to optimize your mental and physical performance. And unlike unhealthy canned energy drinks, the powerful supplement can be taken daily for overall improved in performance. It's packed with vitamins and amino acids, and it's a healthy way to increase your natural energy. I use it every day before I work out. It gives me the strength to do whatever I want to do, the energy, the natural way to do anything I want to do. If you use the code GETLIVID, you'll get 5% off your entire purchase. We recommend the starter pack. You get a shaker cup, and you get to try 4 different flavors. It's an awesome deal. Get Livid, 5% off going forward.
Well done.
Thank you. I just want to do a quick note that this is the first podcast, Andrew, that my camera is flipped the right way. So shout out to the org, Lividity and Lividity Gaming, rocking the merch. Website still coming soon. Andrew, what jersey you got on there, man? Who's on the back?
I got the big Schmeat Pete on the back.
Ooh, Pete Alonso. I guess we could jump right into him, right? You think he's gonna have I think he's gonna bounce back from his
He is going to have a monster year. He's going to lead the league in home runs. I'm going to say somewhere in the 50s. He will finish with the most home runs in baseball.
Bold prediction. But
he finished spring at batting 350. He was knocking the cover off the ball. It's going to be a great year for Pete Alonso.
I like it. Listen, I hope so. He had a horrific sophomore slump.
Yeah, he picked it up towards the end.
Yeah, he kind of too little, too late.
Yeah.
But obviously, as you guys have known, if you guys have followed along with the podcast, you guys know that me and Andrew are both very, very big Met fans, as you can see my room below. Opening day, though, April 1st, this Thursday. When you guys are watching and listening to this podcast, it will be tomorrow for you guys, and you can best bet that me and Andrew will be watching the Met game at 7:05 p.m.
Hell yeah.
We have Degrom versus Scherzer, and that is going to be an insanely good matchup right off the bat. I mean, two of the best pitchers in baseball, arguably.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's going to be a great game. The Mets are going to dominate because it's opening day, which always happens.
Mm-hmm.
You have the best pitcher in baseball for the Mets. It's disgusting that the game is on ESPN, though, and Gary, Keith, and Ron don't get to call it, but we'll deal.
Yeah, well, let's just be happy that we have baseball back in our lives.
Exactly.
It's a full 162-game season. None of this, 60-game thing where you really can't go on a cold streak. I mean, now it's normal baseball. So
yep.
Hopefully we get to see some postseason baseball, Andrew. That would be really, really nice.
I'm thinking we get that.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say, listen, I say this every year that we're the best team in the NL East on paper, and then we always are underperforming, or it's just a disappointment year. I listen. I have a feeling. this year. I really do. We'll be in the postseason. I don't know if we'll go all the way. I would like to think so, but definitely maybe a postseason. Our first home game for the Mets is April 8th, so that's really our true opening day, quote unquote, I guess you can say. But I would like, you always want to win, but I personally enjoy holding the record for the best opening day record in all of baseball.
Yeah.
And that's what the Mets
We're gonna
have.
keep that.
So a win would just, continue to secure our best record in all of Major League Baseball.
Gotta have something to be proud of,
Exactly. Us Met fans don't have much to really write home about. However, going forward with New York Met pitching, Degrom obviously the starter for opening day. The rest of the rest of the starting lineup, rotation, I should say. How do you feel, Andrew? We have Carrasco, who is day-to-day. I mean, you have Stroman, who looks like he's having a good spring. We don't get Syndergaard back until, I think, June.
He's way ahead of schedule.
Pretty sure
they're
June.
thinking June. Yep.
So once June comes around, coming towards the second half of the season, having Syndergaard in the rotation, going to be great. I would like to have Carrasco back. Other than that, you have Peterson. Yeah, right. Peterson is in the
David
rotation.
Peterson and Joey Lucchesi and Taijuan Walker is going to be our three right now. Right now the rotation's great. It's really good. It's obviously you have Degrom. You're going to have Stroman as our number 2. Like you said, had a great spring. He's super motivated this year. How can you not be when you have the new owner? And then you have Taijuan Walker, who I think is going to be big. Very underrated 3-starter at this point. He's going to end up being a 4 once Syndergaard is back. And Joey Lucchesi looked really nice. And so did David Peterson. Looked really good in spring training. For a 4 or 5 combo for now, I'll take it. But then when you have Carrasco and Syndergaard back, that rotation is disgusting. Mm-hmm. Absolutely disgusting.
Absolutely. Ballpen got some improvements with Trevor May. We still have Familia in there, though. And that is just gut-wrenching, Lugo is day-to-day. Hopefully he'll be fine for... I haven't heard anything on him, but I know he is day-to-day right now with his...
he'll be okay.
I think it's elbow.
He'll be fine.
Diaz is named the closer. So, hopefully he doesn't have his, terrible 9th innings as he did in the past 2 years.
His 2020 was actually low-key good, so I'm not worried about him. His strikeout rate was very high.
I can't confidently say that I have faith in Diaz when he comes in, if he has like a 1-run lead. But we'll see. Hopefully he bounces back to his, 56. How many saves did he have that one year in 2018? Something like 50-something saves over 50 saves. Probably the biggest headline for the Mets right now is Lindor.
Oh, of course.
How do you feel about the contract and the negotiation? I know there's...
give him what he wants. Give him what he wants.
The Mets offered him $325 for 10 years. He wants $385 for 12.
Yep.
I personally like the Mets deal more than what Lindor wants. 12 years is a long time, Andrew.
It is, but you know what? The cap hit is the same, though. I should say the AAV is the same. So the per year, the amount of money they're spending is not going up, which I'm fine. At this point, he is an absolute bona fide superstar. The Mets haven't had that in a long time. We need that. It just blows my mind because the same people that were excited about Cohen's wallet and being able to sign everybody in the offseason now are the ones saying, not necessarily you, of course, but now are the ones saying that this is too much money, don't give it to him. Like, come on. I give Lindor what he wants, personally.
Okay, yeah, see, I agree, but I also... there's no disagreement whatsoever from that statement at all. I'm not worried about the cash. Cohen's got it. Let's call a spade here. Cohen's got the money to give him $385 for 12 years. My thing with the 12 years is I don't want another Robinson Cano situation down the line.
Of course, yeah.
Right now, obviously, I want to win now. So, give him whatever he wants. I want Lindor as a Met, until he's done. But at the same time, you also don't want to screw your team over for in 10-something years when you're locked up with Lindor and now you're paying him all this money. It's regardless if Cohen has it or not. I just don't want to be locked up with Lindor and have another Robinson Cano scenario where this guy's old, he's pretty much washed at this point, and I don't know. That's the first thought I thought of when I saw 12 years. 10 years even that we were giving him was a lot. So. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, personally, I give it to him.
You make sure you secure that guy. There's no doubt. But like I said, I'm also thinking future, of the organization. I don't want to be. I don't want to
Yeah, I get it. But then what annoys me too is people saying Lindor's being greedy, but this deal, I'm not gonna get mad at either end here. Cohen's doing everything. He's offering them solid deals. And if Lindor if they can't meet, Lindor wants to hold off and bet on himself and play the season out, that's totally fine too. Because think about it, if he has for him, a mediocre year, but above average year for anybody else, we could probably get him cheaper. If he has a great year, then I can't imagine he's going to get much more money than he's asking for there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm not going to get mad at either side if the deal doesn't go through, too. There are people who are getting very butthurt about this stuff.
I'm confident that we'll hold on to Lindor. I mean, Cohen himself said that he wants to win a World Series in the next 3 to 5 years. So he's pretty much in win now mode. I'm sure he's thinking about the future, like us, like I was, but at the same time, if you could win like 3 or 4 World Series, in his span, then like I'm okay with maybe like 5 years of just like complete rebuild. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta give and take. I personally would give Lindor what he wants, but at the same time, like I said, I'm skeptical with old age. I think if he does 12 years, I think at the end of that term, he's going to be like, what, 40? 30?
Around
30,
there,
something like that. And you do not want a shortstop being that old. You are not going to have the performance that, because I feel like if you're paying them all that money, I feel like teams feel obligated to play them. Like, we felt obligated to play Cano because of how much we were spending on him, and Cano probably wasn't the best player to be playing every single day. So, like I said, that's the only reason. That's the only skeptical part of my head. But forget what I said. Just give him the money. I want to win. I want to win right now.
Yeah, there you go.
I want to win right now. Going forward, any other news outside the New York Mets, Andrew, that you want to speak about?
Well, I wouldn't say news. I mean, we got a couple things going on before next week, so you got to think we have a very big event in Trevor Bauer's first start as a Dodger.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to go one of two ways because they're playing the Rockies, who are garbage, but they're playing in Colorado. So he's either going to kill the Rockies or get lit up because they're in Colorado. I would love to see him get lit up. It'd be dope. But yeah, that's going to be his first start as a Rocky. As a Dodger against the Rockies.
I hope he gets lit up.
Yeah, me too. You got Nolan Arenado's first game as a Cardinal against the Reds.
Can you imagine us snagging him?
Don't even.
Having him end Lindor? That whole left side of the field would be it's locked up.
I mean, hey, if we're gonna, Cohen did say he's not going to go over the luxury tax for a couple $1 million. If he's going to go over the luxury tax, he's going to go over the luxury tax.
Absolutely. Daddy Cohen, baby. Win us a World Series. Get us in the World Series again.
Exactly.
I want to go to a parade, Cohen. That's all I want to do in my life. All I want to do is go to a parade. But, yeah, I'm sorry. Go on, Andrew.
No, we're good. That's the biggest things happening in the first week of baseball. I think that's what everyone's going to be looking at.
Mm-hmm. I want to just shout out the Yankees because they are probably the best team in baseball. I personally think. I mean, yeah, no, there's no more I can even say that. I think the Yankees are the team to beat all around this year. I have that feeling. The Yankees, they're gonna have good pitching, good bullpen. I mean, their offense, all 9 batters can put it out of the park. They are the most dangerous team for 2021. More dangerous than the Dodgers, more dangerous than the Padres, who are the two probably the big dogs in the National League. Mets are right there. I would say the Mets are a top 5 National League team. But the Dodger, no matter what, the league is going to have to go through either the Dodgers or the Padres to get to the World Series. I think the Yankees are the team to beat though this year. Honestly.
Yeah, I still stick with the Dodgers, but I definitely see where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm. I think Vegas odds the Yankees are like minus 900. To make the playoffs or something like that. It's something absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's not even worth betting.
That's a given. The Rays regressed. Mm-hmm. The Blue Jays are going to be very good, but the Yankees are probably going to hit about 100 wins. The Blue Jays are not.
Mm-hmm.
As good as they are, they'll be a wild card team.
So with that being said, Andrew, if you want to go, division by division. So we can start off with the NL East. Who's winning the NL East?
The Mets.
Okay, well, I'm going to say the same thing. The Mets, absolutely. I think it's going to be close between the Braves. I don't think the Nationals are going to really give up too much of a fight. As the Phillies are a young team. I don't think the Phillies are going to make too much noise, and the Marlins, I feel like are just so overhyped, to be honest with you. However, the Marlins seem to have the Mets number, so we'll definitely see. But other than that, I don't see the Marlins making too much of a splash. Other than that, I think it's going to be
I agree.
A tight race between the Mets and the Braves.
Whoever comes in first in the NL East is going to have somewhere in the mid 90s in wins. Second place is going to be in the upper 80s, maybe 90.
Mm-hmm.
The middle three teams, 2, 3, and 4, will probably all be in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Marlins will have like 70 something.
Yeah. NL Central.
That's tough. So it's going to be the Brewers or the Cardinals. I think it really depends on Arenado, how he does with St. Louis. I mean, St. Louis is a good team. Can they beat the Brewers? I am going to say Milwaukee holds first place there.
Interesting. We're going to differ on that one. I have everything written down. I have the Cardinals winning the NL West. I mean,
that's going to be the Central. That's going to be another very close one.
Yeah. No, absolutely. There's no doubt. But I do have. I would edge out the Cardinals over the Brewers this year.
I definitely can see that.
Then we got the West. I think we're both going to say the same thing. I'm going with the Dodgers over the Padres.
Had Clevenger not gotten hurt, I would be saying the Padres right now. But that's a big spot in the rotation that the Padres are missing.
Mm-hmm.
The Dodgers are going to edge out that division. I'm saying 5 wins or less is the difference.
Yeah, the National League is good. I feel like all divisions in the National League are going to be tight races for first place. Like, you're not going to have a clinching team until like maybe the final week of baseball for the National League.
I agree.
Wild card for the National League.
It's going to be whoever comes in second in the NL East. So I will say the Braves, and whoever comes in second for the West.
Yep, I have the Braves and I have the Padres for the wild card.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Can agree there.
AL East, I think it's going to be unanimous. The Yankees are going to win the division.
I really want to say the Blue Jays, but it's going to be the Yankees.
Hey, listen, I am all for the Blue Jays to win the division, but like I said, I think the Yankees are the overall team to beat this year in general. So Yankees, AL East, AL Central, I went back and forth with.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I had the White Sox winning the AL Central, but
I respect that.
But then Jimenez, or however I hope I'm saying his name right, Jimenez. He tore his pectoral. He's gonna be out 5 to 6 months. That's a huge bat. Will it make a huge difference? You know, one big bat in the lineup, potentially. With the injury, if he wasn't injured, I would say the White Sox. However, the injury, I feel like maybe the Twins could edge out the Central. Personally speaking, I would, the Twins.
I'm going with the nuke squad of the Twins. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I went very back and forth with that, you know.
Yeah.
But
I support the ageless wonder Nelson Cruz.
AL West, Andrew. This was a tough one too.
I'm going with the Angels.
Oh,
this is their year.
I respect that. I'm going with Oakland.
I like that too.
Pretty much anyone.
Astros,
anyone. I was just gonna say anyone but Houston. I'm still salty that they cheated.
Unfortunately, they're going to be one of the top 3 because Seattle and Texas ain't doing nothing this year. But
yeah, no.
I would love the Angels to win.
I have Oakland. I could see the Angels potentially.
A little Mike Trout action in the playoffs.
Listen, Mike Trout's best player in baseball.
He should be in the playoffs, and you know what? He needs to be rewarded for being so loyal to such a shit team.
Hey, listen, I mean, talk about loyalty means it's so rare to find a loyal player nowadays. I mean, David Wright could have easily had a ring, but he's stuck with the Mets. Yeah. So listen, so much respect for Mike Trout, regardless of what team he is. So much respect for Mike Trout.
Mm-hmm.
AL wildcards, Andrew.
Toughie. Blue Jays, White Sox.
Yeah. I have that written down. I didn't know if I wanted to change my answer like live, but Blue Jays, White Sox.
The Blue Jays are going to be a very good team. There's no way they'll make the playoffs.
I would love. Obviously, I would like to see the Indians make the wild card, but I don't see the Indians doing much this year.
Yeah, probably not.
Second favorite team.
They're in a bit of a retool phase.
Yeah. So, however, thanks for Lindor.
Thank you very much.
All right, so let's start with the NLCS. Not even gonna go divisional series because like that could just be too much to even handle with wild card. Blah blah blah. NLCS. I have the Mets and the Dodgers, and the Met fan in me chose the Mets to go to the World Series, but the realism of me, I can see the Dodgers winning in like 7 games or 6 games. Either way, I feel like that series would go 7 or 6. But that's who I have for the NLCS.
Mets Padres.
You think the Padres limp out over the Dodgers?
I do. I could see the Dodgers having an absolutely monster season and being a first-round exit. I can absolutely see that happen.
I respect that. I do respect that, but you have the Mets over the Padres to go to the World Series.
I do.
All right, and then in the ALCS?
That tough. So, I think it's going to be the Yankees are going to be in the ALCS. And I think they're going to end up playing the Angels. I think the Angels are going to have a very, very good year.
Wow, hot take. We gotta write this down, viewers, and like at the end of the baseball season, we're gonna see how accurate we were with our predictions.
Listen, just saying, last baseball season, I was pretty accurate in most of my shit, so I'm hoping to go again.
I was not, if I remember correctly. I think I hit like 1 or 2 like predictions, and that was it. So the fact that like we're both guessing the same thing, if my luck continues the way it is, you're not looking too good then, Andrew. So I originally had Yankees White Sox for the ALCS. Again, then I'm going back. White Sox injury, will it have so much of an effect? I did originally have Yankees White Sox. I am gonna change that though because I have the Twins winning the division now because of that injury. But I don't think the Twins can make it go far. If Oakland goes, maybe Oakland could have a run. Maybe Yankees Oakland for the ALCS. Because I think Oakland's gonna win the division.
Oakland just does. The issue with Oakland, they don't know how to win playoff games.
That is, yeah.
Like, it's same thing. They have the same problem that Minnesota has. Like they just don't know how to win playoff games.
I just don't think the Twins are gonna make it. Make a splash in the playoffs. And as the Blue Jays, I feel like could be good enough to win the wild card. I don't think the Blue Jays are gonna be good enough to then continue in the postseason. Yeah. So with my logic of the injury, I feel like default I have to go Yankees, Oakland, but that is, I'm not very confident with that answer at all. Honestly, if there was no injury, I would have confidently said Yankees, White Sox, and I would have confidently
the AL
said
is hard.
Mm-hmm.
The AL is very hard.
Yeah. With that said, then for the World Series, Subway Series, yeah, yep. Absolutely, Mets, Yankees, and I think that we would be disappointed, and the Yankees would win in 6 games.
Head to head, I got the Mets smoking the Yankees.
That is a very bold prediction.
It is a very bold prediction. I'm confident.
Oh man, listen. Compared to the Yankees, we have better starting pitching.
Not even close.
However, offense, the Yankees are definitely better than us, lineup wise.
I don't know. I'm not sold on that.
Here's
why I say that.
Mm-hmm.
So this year, right? We'll take the players who we got. Lindor now.
Mm-hmm.
He is we all know he's a monster. I don't even know who's the shortstop for the Yankees right now.
Is it Gleyber?
Or Gleyber.
Yeah. Gleyber.
Even look at their infielders. You have Gleyber Torres, Gio Urshela. I mean, DJ LeMahieu was great. I still think McNeil and Lindor will both hit better than anyone in their infield. On top of that, James McCann is going to have a better season than Gary Sanchez. Gary Sanchez had an awful
Sanchez sucks. Sanchez is terrible.
Awful.
He shouldn't even be a starting catcher. He is awful defensively and at the plate.
Exactly. So I mean that we have the edge there easy, and the outfield is where I'm going to give the Yankees the edge. I mean, you have Judge and Stanton. If Judge is healthy, if he's even on the field, if Stanton can stop striking out, but if they're both on, then they're deadly as hell.
Mm-hmm. And why am I drawing a blank on their center fielder?
Gardner.
No, the other guy. Why can't I think
Oh,
of his
Aaron
name?
Hicks. Aaron Hicks.
Hicks, thank you. Yeah, their Yankees outfield is definitely better than our outfield. That's not even comparable.
Which, and then you throw, like, defensively, absolutely. I mean, offensively too. Nimmo is an on-base machine. Conforto is a fantastic baseball player. I mean, he's gonna have a great season. And then, I mean, if Dom Smith is playing left field, which seems to be likely, that's a great bat.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, offensively, I think it's a lot more evenly matched than people think. And then pitching, we blow them out of the water. So their bullpen's better.
Starting pitching, yeah. I was gonna say starting pitching. It's kind of like, I don't want to compare it to the Royals, but like the 2015 World Series with the Royals. I mean, the Mets had the better starting pitching. Royals had the better bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
And if the Mets wanted to win the game, they had to jump on their starting pitching. If their starting pitching shut us down, we weren't going to do anything against the bullpen. And it's pretty much going to be the same way against the Yankees. If a Subway Series happens, if the Mets are going to win a game, they need to take the lead early, because I feel like as it gets deeper, if you're going to put bullpen against bullpen, the Yankees are going to be more locked down than us, hands down. I mean, just all we need is to have Familia in our bullpen, and that alone is enough to say the Yankees are gonna, how I understand what you're saying offensively. I just personally, the Yankees are just so good, and I see the Mets leave so many runners in scoring positions every single year. The Yankees just don't seem to do that, man.
You're gonna see a big difference this year with Lindor and not having Wilson freaking Ramos.
Listen, I hope you're right. I try to be optimistic. Listen, I think the Mets are a World Series contender.
And I'm also backing this claim with the fact that I think Lindor is going to win NL MVP. I think he's going to have a monster season.
I hope Lindor has a monster season. Oh man, I cannot wait for baseball. We actually have a question now that you kind of got into the MVP for Lindor, Andrew. So our question is from the guest that we were going to have on this episode this week, who unfortunately had to cancel on us last minute. Hope he potentially will be on next week. We got to see. We'll get in contact with him, but he unfortunately did have to. Something came up. He wasn't able to make it on for this week. But he did ask, and I'm going to show it on the bottom of the screen. Do you think that the Mets will have the league leaders in the Big Five? So we'll be the league leader in hits, batting, so average, home runs, ERAs, and strikeouts.
It's possible. I mean, that's a toughie.
It's never been done in baseball history that a team has owned all five.
You're just counting on everything going right.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally everything.
Home run, I feel like Alonso would be the guy to look for home runs.
Yeah, I think he's going to take the home run title.
Batting and hits, I could see McNeil being the hits, Lindor with average, because you're not, just because you have the highest average doesn't mean that you have the most hits.
Yeah.
So maybe Lindor with batting average, McNeil with hits, vice versa. I would look to them to maybe try to secure that. ERA and strikeouts, both would be Degrom. There's no other pitcher in our rotation who I would have confidence saying that they would hold that. It would be Degrom as ERA and Degrom as strikeouts.
Yeah, I mean, Degrom's again. We've said it how many times we're going to say it. Degrom's the best pitcher in baseball. I have no doubts that he's going to lead the league in ERA.
Hands down. Is it possible? Yeah. Is it probable? No. It is so hard to have all five, and like I said, it's with all the great Yankee teams that we've seen, that this has never happened in baseball history that a team has had all five. It's so I'm going to answer your question, but no, I don't think the Mets are going to hold it.
I will second that. I do not think that will happen.
And there's also so many good players in the National League that you can easily past some of the Mets with like hits or batting
Yeah,
average.
I mean,
So,
look, as good as Jeff McNeil is as hitting, he's competing with Fernando Tatis Jr.
yeah.
It's just it's someone can get edged out by the smallest little bit, and there it goes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say
You
I'm
know,
gonna say no to
Alonso
that.
could hit 57 home runs, and Tatis Jr. can hit 58 for some reason. You never know.
Absolutely, completely agree. I'm gonna go with a no to that though. Final answer.
Yeah. Yep,
No,
I agree.
absolutely not. But yeah.
Here's a stupid question. Who's your NL Cy Young?
Trevor Bauer.
Oh, stop it.
If your answer is not Jacob Degrom, then turn off this podcast for the NL side.
And stop watching baseball.
Just stop watching baseball. But here you go, AL.
Shane Bieber. I had him right last year. I'm going with him again.
I respect that. I like Cole.
I think Cole is the most overrated pitcher in baseball, personally.
He's had a good spring. He's had a very good spring. Yes, I know. It means nothing, but I'm riding on the Yankees are the team to beat, so I'm going with Cole as the AL Cy Young.
Personally, I think Shane Bieber is the second best pitcher in baseball behind DeGrom. He just so happens to be in the AL, and I think we might have a good chance of seeing a repeat in the AL Cy Young.
We shall see. We're going to take notes of all this, and at the end of baseball season, we'll have another special. We'll go over everything we predicted and see how accurate we actually were. But yeah, we are on the closing end of the cast, unless, Andrew, you have anything else you want to talk about.
No, not really. Dark Horse AL Cy Young, Lucas Giolito. Let's see what happens.
All right.
I like him. What can I say?
All right. Yeah, so by the time you guys listen or watch this, it'll be opening day of baseball the next day. So Thursday. You guys will be seeing this on Wednesday. We are recording on Tuesday as usual. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. We upload every Wednesday at 3 p.m. If you are listening to wherever you listen to podcasts, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you do, give us a 5-star review. We'll shout you out on the following podcasts. Comment down below on YouTube if you have a topic you want to discuss for the following week, for next episode. We love to hear from, viewers, and we love to get questions. It makes our jobs a little bit easier on figuring out what to talk about each week, because
A little more fun.
It's a lot more fun, and you know what, not a lot of stuff really does happen where you can go on each week about sports, especially like when we're in a time where sports, we have no football, we don't have baseball really. I mean, it's really just hockey at this point because we don't know anything about basketball, so it is a little tough right now. I'm glad that we are going to have baseball back because the majority of the podcast will be about baseball for the next 7 months until football season starts again. We do have we do have the draft, potential live draft on DrewskiDoodles Twitch channel, potentially.
Hell yeah.
More info for that. We don't know if that's going to be a solid guaranteed thing, but keep a lookout for that if that happens. Andrew,
You know what else we got? You can't forget. Something that was supposed to happen last year is happening this year. The Olympics.
Oh, yes.
We do got the Olympics this year.
The Olympics, absolutely.
That could be a little fun.
Oh, we could definitely have fun with the Olympics. Absolutely. Shout out to the men's soccer team not making it for the third year in a row. Third time in a row. Let's go, boys.
Bro.
But on that note, like I said, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on notifications. Hit that like button. Comment down below a topic you want to hear about. And until next time, guys.
Doses.
Peace out.